We
This
enter
is
the
true.
Ridgeview again.
Yeah.
This will probably have to be my last one for the night, so let's end it on a good note and not get hunted to death.
Yeah,
That
let's
would be a
make sure
bad
we
note
don't.
to end on.
It'd be a very spectacular end. It'd be an ending of spectacle.
Yes.
Hey, someone took the key already.
That was me!
You snatched it.
I have named the previous episode. Okay. Now I can get to work.
That's the name of the episode?
No.
Oh.
I ran
wondering
out
what
of
the
new names a
significance
while
was.
ago. I think it's probably a name I've already given to a Phasmaphobia episode. There's about 500 of them, so.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
I cut them up into generally smaller pieces, but I imagine even you've probably got quite a few.
Yeah, mine, I have to cut mine to average roughly between like 2 to 4 hours, because we'll often play for 7 or 8, so I try and make them a little bit more manageable, but yeah, even then I have got to be several dozen. That might be the low end.
Yeah.
Okay, fuse box on.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
The great thing is I set them to be scheduled uploads, but I put them in the playlist anyways as soon as I upload them. So if you go into the Phasmophobia playlist on my channel, I'm pretty sure you'll see, I don't know, 20 videos, and then about 70 that are locked.
Yeah. I can imagine that.
I
never thought about doing, oh, go ahead. You first.
I could not imagine many more intimidating things as a potential viewer. Like, oh god.
Well, does the other viewer see those, the locked ones, or is that just you as the uploader?
I want to say that they're like considered like this is not available to you or this is private or something like that is what it comes up as.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never thought of doing a scheduled upload, because I have videos before that I thought, oh, well, I've released too many in a quick burst and then I won't have anything for a while. A hip! You found a hip!
I found a hip!
Well, hip hip hooray!
Oh ho!
Yeah, that was great. I'm not getting temps anywhere. It's all 60s.
It's the hip is in the basement.
Oh, I was just down there. I definitely didn't see
I must
it.
have tripped over it. Wait, I don't think I've been in the basement. I went to the garage.
I was gonna ask. Have I checked every room up here? Yeah, I think I have. Yeah, I'm just getting mid to high 60s up here. Gotta be downstairs, Alex. If you want to, since you're up here, I'll go back downstairs and look.
Yeah. I'm double checking the bullshit. I did hear a door get moved.
So it's either near you or you're right above the room.
Yeah, I could swear it came from the bathroom, but it's not the bathroom. I thought it was the same room for a second, but it wasn't.
Man, I'm not seeing temps anywhere. There's a good chance it's the living room.
Living room.
Or the dining room. Yeah, the main first room. It's 50-something.
So, a room we walked through a shit
70.
ton.
Yeah.
And I
never
checked the temps on this room for some fucking reason.
It's you never do, because it's the first room you walk in. Your priorities are like the fuse, that kind of thing. Yeah, I think that it's still high in any other place, but it's lower than all the other rooms so far. Every other room
have
60s,
the fuse box
70s.
turned on, so at the very least that's heating up the house a bit.
That's true. Yeah, it's the lowest I've gotten so far is 51. It is continuing to go down.
That's me throwing around cutlery, by the way. I was trying to get it out of the way for the book.
Oh, I actually didn't even see or hear. I was looking down. Well, 54? I don't know. That's the
motion sensors. Please save us.
Yeah, this is not. Well, the next room over is 70.
Is it like a super movement heavy ghost? Is this a ghost that refuses to sit still, like a really antsy ghost?
I got an EMF reading in the living room just a little while ago, but I didn't get to
check the direction of it.
Pinpoint the exact location of it. So There's a good chance that it's in the living room
I'm thinking it
area.
is because all the immediate rooms around it are like low 70s, whereas the living room here, well, the dining room is 50s, low 50s. So it is
This
like a
motion
18 to 20 degree difference.
sensor says it's near the dining room table. Yep.
Yeah, okay, that's got to be it then. It's an oddly high temperature for the room.
It really is. Oh, but through the book.
I thought I heard that.
All right, well, we get to deconfirm an evidence type at least.
Yeah, that is helpful.
Well, there's a good short wire for my brain. All right, it has deconfirmed the book. Opens journal, checks spirit box.
The
Well,
logical conclusion to jump to.
Yeah. All right, we got EMF. Okay, make sure you check dots.
Yeah. No, like not only
Why
did
not?
not only was
Okay,
it knocking out.
I got an EMF reading the room to the right of that kitchen.
Okay,
The right
he's
of the
definitely a
kitchen?
roamer.
Really? Yeah, it must
He's
be.
roaming
Yeah.
a bit, and he just turned up the lights. Are you there? Are you here?
I'll get the fuse.
I got spirit box.
Oh.
Shit.
Okay, well then maybe it is this room. Still 54.
Oh, dots. Dots.
I see
Yeah,
the dots.
we're done. Oh no, we're not done. I'm sorry. I was thinking of the book.
Wraith, Phantom, Yokai. All right, well, now's the time to check Salt, and it's a good thing that we checked Spirit Box early.
Yeah, and there won't be freezing temps.
I'm going for the fuse box.
I'm right here.
Okay.
It'll be orbs, ultraviolet, or EMF.
Okay.
I don't think it's orbs, unless I've been looking in the wrong rooms. So I'll grab that camera again. Let's see.
Oh!
Hello there.
I didn't get jump scared by the ghost, but I did get jump scared by the fucking frame drop I got.
That can be scary.
Kitty cat. Hello.
Hey kitties. I'm listening for parabolic. It's one of our challenges.
Yeah. 49 in the dining room.
EMF 5.
The coldest it's gotten. EMF 5, then we are done.
Yeah, we're done. I don't know if we got any challenges,
Wraith.
but
Yeah, well, the parabolic. Otherwise, I think we only had one other one that we could do, and we got it already. I believe. I think maybe it was a motion sensor thing. I don't know.
well, I'd hope we'd clear motion sensor this quickly. I've seen the motion sensors gone off.
Yeah, I think there was one challenge that was already done, and I'm assuming that if so, that's what it would have been.
Motion sensor, we've got parabolic, and we've got repel while chasing. Yeah.
Okay. I don't suppose the the parabolic has been done, right?
Parabolic
It
has
has
not
not.
gone off yet. I'm coming in with another parabolic
Yeah.
sensor.
Double the chances.
Double the odds.
I'll keep an eye on it. Mike, did you ever get the hip down in the basement?
No, now that you mention it, I did not. Let me go down there now.
Not seeing a picture of a hip on the board here, so I was a little bit confused. Sophie Schellen.
Sophie Schellen?
Yeah, Schelin.
I would say Shalane, but I don't know. My last name isn't pronounced the way it's spelled. Where is the hip bone in the basement?
Literally, as soon as you step through the pink, you just cleared the challenge. As soon as you step through the door into the basement.
I see it. It was kind of blurred because of my night vision.
Yeah, the night vision does blur the vision a little bit. That's why I try not to use it unless I have to.
Yeah.
Well, that and the fact that you tend to forget about the lights when you're using night vision, which means sanity decline.
Yep, that's happened to me. I guess I'll just stick around for a short time, see if I can get the ghost in the dots. But actually, no, I won't, because last time I saw somebody that I thought was the ghost, it was one of you guys walking through the dots. So I thought he was very dot friendly, but nah, I think he's only showed up the once.
He has been very dot friendly, specifically on the chair that you were just standing in. He was literally standing in there, walking in place for quite a while there, for a little while back.
Okay, I'll stick around a short time then, see if I can get it.
Yeah.
We don't really have a lot of photos right now, so give it a shot.
And I will hang out in there with you.
I would assume our sanity's high enough to allow it.
Yeah.
And the light's on anyway. I think I've only got, like, maybe... Is that just the one picture I've got? Look. Yeah, I have 2 pictures, so yeah, as soon as anyone sees the ghost, by all means, try and take some shots.
Yeah. That is definitely my priority right now.
Where's the other dot projector? In the
I
van?
don't see one.
It's still in the van.
No!
It just threw the... It just tossed the video camera twice within, like, 3 seconds.
It hates the camera.
Yeah, I saw it land, and then I saw it just bounce right after it landed. Oh! I don't know if I got it or not. It went through the dots just now.
I'm going back to the van, I can tell you.
Let's see. I got interaction, but I did not get ghost.
The ghost touched this.
I'm assuming that must be the video camera. That's the only thing I think I've taken a picture of so far, other than the bone.
Well, in the truck, it looks like it's just a picture of the open front door from the inside.
At least they got the direction right.
Yeah. Oh, I got another frame drop.
That's weird. I don't know why you seem to have the occasional issue. It didn't seem like you used to.
I don't know what that is. I was kind of expecting another ghost event to occur just because... Oh, it happened again. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's really strange.
Very.
Well, the way I deal with this curse is more theft.
That calms the ghost down.
Yeah. It's my style of magic. You may have heard of, all these different things of how to tell the future and all that. I got a new magical style. It's called kleptomancy.
I was interested in The Witcher before I saw that scene where the character says necromancy, and that like killed my interest by half.
I don't know what
Just
you're
with that-
referring to.
Oh, yeah, there was a clip that somebody posted on the forum back when we were still on the forum, and I can't remember what the point was, but somebody was like, here's a clip from The Witcher. I think it was Witcher 2, I believe. And the character, a female witch-type character, was apparently resurrecting another female character, and I think she had to, like, kiss her on the mouth or something like that. And I'm assuming it was the main character, Geralt or whoever it is, who
Geralt.
was... Yeah, yeah, Gerald Borstein. Yeah, he was standing there like observing the proceedings, as was some other seemingly secondary character, and the secondary character turns to who I assume was Geralt and said something like, "This is my favorite kind of mancy, lesbomancy." And I was like,
Oh.
"Wow, okay, this game's much, much, much dumber than I thought it was." Yeah, I was kind of appalled, and then I saw a clip of the Witcher show. I never watched the show. I heard it was good, whatever. And now I'm hearing very mixed things. But I saw a clip
You heard
of
it was good from people who wanted it to be good.
That's just it. Yeah, at first I was hearing it was good, and then like the last time I looked into it, which is when I saw this clip about a month ago, I was hearing a lot of people were saying that the show was garbage, and I think it got canceled. And the clip had like people at what I would assume would have been a medieval dinner, but they were like modern dancing. I like they were just kind of like there was, for example, a black chick who was like literally just kind of like moving around like you'd expect like a soul dancer, kind of like yeah like that kind of. And it's
Yeah.
like, what, this is like, really? I thought this was supposed to be like a serious medieval thing, but no, apparently not. At least as far as that clip and the show are concerned.
And
So I don't know.
The Witcher 1 has a collectibles mechanic of sex cards for the like 30 different women you can sleep with in the game.
Man,
Collect them all.
I literally treating women as objects.
Yes.
Like, I'm not trying to take the high horse on this, but it's just, that all seems just very juvenile to me. I don't know. I thought the series was supposed to be held in really high regard, and I maybe the games are
well,
way
you know why
different
it's
than the
held in
one-
high regard, in all honesty?
No, I actually really don't.
Because the first couple games because the games don't have DRM and they gave away free DLC.
Oh, okay. Well, that would make a lot of people, falsely
It's just that simple.
adherent. Yeah, I'm sure that did engender some fake goodwill. Not necessarily fake, but whatever, ill-advised, I guess, goodwill. I don't know though. Like Cyberpunk, it's the same developers, and I loved Cyberpunk. It is a really good game with a really good story, and it's not like full of that kind of shit that I was just describing. So I want to give the Witcher series the benefit of the doubt. I heard that they're phenomenally good games, like even from critics. So I don't know, but yeah, taking away what I saw of the show, that aside, the lesbomancy thing. It's like, okay, well, if that's in the game, how seriously can the game take itself? Which would be fine, but that's not what I expected it to be. So that was kind of a throw. And this ghost is apparently never going to show up again.
He feels like it.
Yeah, we've been in here for like probably at least 10 minutes now waiting for him, whatever it was. I only got one fleeting glimpse. Oh, okay, him then.
I'm gonna steal some more things, but I'm gonna be ready to go. Pink did say he needs to go to sleep.
True.
Oh, gosh darn it! I was too slow on the trigger.
I think I got him.
I'll check.
Oh yeah, I did 3 stars.
Okay.
Oh, good deal. Good deal.
Yay! I was just barely caught that one that time. Speak of the devil.
I hit the button right as he disappeared.
That happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
Alex dish
But
collection.
my picture did get "It threw this at me" caption.
What?
So it's still good. So
I don't know what it could have possibly thrown at you.
I don't know.
On my screen, it is clipped into the void.
I only see my own, so I can't judge.
Okay, Pink, do you know that part of the Bible where it makes reference to the line upon the waters where the shadow and the light or whatever?
Yeah.
You've taken a picture of that.
Sounds kind of profound. Well, our sanity was a lot.
I like how we have a picture here on my end anyway. It says, "We found some remains." The image is a picture of the floor and nothing else.
Yeah, as always. I don't know why they can't just let everyone see the same photos as the person who took them. I don't get why that's got to be different.
That would probably just be kind of like, I imagine that's way harder than you'd think, right? Because like video game
It must be.
Video game mirrors have to be fake because they're actually like super hard on processors, right?
Well, that's why I think it's kind of weird, because in this game you see that unless it's some kind of easy like trick technology, this game shows you the secondary image in your you see the secondary image in your when you're holding a video camera. You see it when you're looking at the video camera through the truck monitor. Like, you're seeing a lot of, like, the game is being rendered a lot multiple times, but yet it can't handle the photographs being synced between players. That seems so weird.
Yeah, some devs do some funny tricks. In Half-Life 2, whenever you see something running on a TV, it's not actually like a video file that's playing on the TV or whatever. It's literally like it's projecting there is a room in the fucking void if you clip out of the map where the TV show is happening, and they have the in-game models in that little room moving around, and it's just being projected onto the TVs in the accessible level space.
Huh. Yeah, that's different.
So people will have laughs with Half-Life 2 when they mod it, and they'll put bullshit going on in the background of the TV, like some character going on a monologue, and in the background, one of the other main characters is just dancing.
I took all the drugs so you guys can't, and now I am super sane.
Unbelievable.
Now how am I supposed to get high? I'm going to eat you.
You have to be on drugs to try that.
If I consume your blood, I shall receive the high.
That's true. You'll get some of it.
That's how the vampires get drunk. Okay, I have circled Wraith.
As have I.
Here we go.
Just like that, I can't drop objects anymore.
Yep. The thing I love about crashing underneath people and then standing up is seeing your eyes travel the whole way through their body.
I guess if you're close enough, yeah, you'd be on the inside of the model. I can't remember if it was this game or not, but was it this that somebody pointed out you can see the character's tongue for some reason?
Oh, there's several games where you can clip into other characters and do that.
Even though they never open their mouths and they should have no reason to have a tongue there to begin with.
Oh, that's right. That was this game that you did that.
I thought it was.
Yeah, and I said at the time, like, that's probably because these are, like, recycled Unity Engine, like, public domain models or something like that.
Right. Huh.
Which, come to think of it, probably means these character models have been used for porn.
Is that a typical Unity thing that people do?
That's a typical game engine thing people do.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm giving them too much credit. Well, I guess we have to let Pink go.
This is true. And unfortunate.
All right. Well, fun is always having you around.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
Until next time.
Yep. Until next time.
Later, man.
Talk to you later.
Later.
Bye.
Whoa.
All right. Well, what now?
Well, that's a good question. You know me, I'm up for anything. I'm easy to please and...
That sounded like a come on.
Oh. It's time for our two character models to engage in some lesbomancy.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised you didn't see the clip. I can't remember who posted it or why. it was probably a reaction to something. Probably like, oh, that was funny. That reminds me of The Witcher. And somebody just posted the clip.
I played the first Witcher for, like, I don't know, the first third of the game, I want to say. I could be wrong. Oh. And I was like, man, this fucking sucks. This series is overrated. Fuck everybody who recommended this to me.
I didn't know you had that strong of a reaction to it.
Oh, I hate The Witcher. I just try not to speak up about it too much because I try not to be bitter.
Wow, okay. Yeah, but you're only basing it off of that first third of the first game?
Yeah, my understanding
I'm not
is
telling you
Witcher 2
you're
and Witcher
wrong.
3.
I'm just... Yeah.
My understanding is Witcher 2 and Witcher 3 are supposed to be better games, but there's a limited amount of time in this life. I'd rather play the stuff that I know that I enjoy and I don't find intellectually offensive.
Yeah, that reminds me of movies that sometimes people have told me to watch. They're like, oh yeah, if you didn't like that one, you should give this one a try. And you might still like it. And I'm like, well, there are thousands of movies I haven't seen that I probably would like. Why would I take the time to watch one that I probably won't?
Yeah.
To prove myself wrong, possibly.
Yeah, and it also can create an issue of, like, when people say, like, oh, well, the first season sucks, but all the other seasons are good, and it's like, oh, well, that's endearing. Let me just, sit through the first season of shit TV to get to the apparent good parts, right?
Yeah. In that case, I guess for me, it would depend on how much better they are. Like if it's kind of like a Rocky, like see, I'm not one of the people who thinks the first season of Breaking Bad is bad. I definitely don't. I think it's got like some masterpiece episodes right off the get-go. But I think it is generally accepted that is the worst season, relatively speaking. So, like, I would get it if somebody said, oh yeah, Breaking Bad, it kind of starts rocky, whatever, but then it gets really good. Yeah, okay, sure. But for example... Okay, well, I guess I don't have an example. What's an example of a contrast to that? What's an example of a show that does start like shit but then gets really good? I'm sure there's multiple examples.
The first season of The Wire is still good, but it's slow.
Okay.
It's good, slow, with lots of character development and lots of meaningful little scenes, but it's notoriously like a thing with Wire. Either you make it far enough to get to the episode in season 1 that grabs everyone, or you don't. And if you get that far, then you can go back and see season 1 and go like, oh my god, they were setting this up, they were setting that up, there's this.
Okay.
It's so cool seeing this character be like this again, all that. Or you didn't get that far and it's like, yeah, sure, it seemed like a smart show, but I didn't get it, right?
Okay. Yeah, I can absolutely picture that. That makes sense.
Like, there is a certain moment with season 1 where the shit hits the fan, and from there on, The Wire never slows down. But it does take its time for the first several episodes, which is probably why the show actually didn't do very well in terms of ratings.
That's kind of rough, though, that even just a few episodes, people couldn't stick with it. I mean, they must have been really impatient, or those first few episodes must be really bad. Because if it gets that good that fast, like, wow, people didn't have the patience for that?
I think it's like 6 or 7 episodes. I don't remember for certain.
Hmm.
It's another issue that people have had with The Wire, and it's part of why people have said that The Wire's done a lot better after the show ended and it was put on DVD and streaming services was The Wire is not really partitioned cleanly into episodes. Like, even Breaking Bad has some episodes that are cleanly episode structured, right? Like, obviously, most obviously, The Fly.
Are you talking? Oh, yeah. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Whereas The Wire is very, I guess they would say, decompressed. Like, it's difficult to actually think of episodes. You think of storylines and characters, but, like, when you try to go, like, oh, what episode number did this happen in? Like, even the most dedicated Wire fan will tend to go, like, I don't fucking know. It happened after this and before that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. There are not a lot of kind of self-contained storylines that can be isolated to a single episode from the sounds of it.
Yeah, the seasons tend to have like a plot thread that goes from beginning to end of the season, but the episodes, especially because it's split itself over such a tremendous cast, like Game of Thrones is kind of similar in some regard, but Game of Thrones generally tries to pace itself in such a way that like an episode begins and ends in an exciting way, right?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I think I've said this before, that on some level, to me, it can sometimes seem like The Wire walked so Game of Thrones could run, at least in terms of success with that formula.
When did The Wire get released? When was the first season of that one?
It ran from 2002 to 2008.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say early 2000s. Okay, I keep forgetting that it was as short as it was, short run.
Yeah, and in that run, they skipped 2 years, so they wound up with, even though it was a 6-year run, but they got 5 seasons because HBO did want to see it finish, but it wasn't doing good enough like ratings. Like, supposedly, like HBO executives were confident like this is going to age well, so we want it to finish.
Oh, okay.
But it's not doing great numbers right now, while we are also simultaneously running like Sopranos and Sex and the City, which are doing great numbers, you know?
Fucking Sex in the City.
Yeah.
My understanding of that show is just, yeah, it's, I mean, you know, I don't mean to crap on anyone who might like it, because obviously there were a lot of people, but what I understand of the show is that basically whores have sex and are glamorous. Okay?
I'm not
like
sure
literally,
it's
it's
so
just
much of
women
that first
just...
part.
Well, I don't, like, my literal understanding of the show is just, like, just a bunch of just, like, gossipy girls just have lots of sex with guys and, like, talk about it. And, like, that's, and they wear, like, designer outfits and, like, necklaces that are fancy and shit. Like, that's literally, I'm sure I'm under, you know, I've never seen the show, so I can't speak for it, but, like, the kindest way I can describe it is literally it's just a bunch of women that just kind of, like, live this high lifestyle and sleep a lot, or sleep with men a lot.
Sleep a lot. Well,
They do sleep a lot, I'm sure. I don't know if that makes for good television.
Around 50% of the time. Boy, that'd be an interesting show. Not even in like a sexy or sensual way, just like...
Oh yeah, no, I was thinking, yeah, just literally just
comforters,
sleeping.
Sleep masks, lots of snoring.
Yeah, that sounds right. Again, that would make for very riveting television, I'm sure.
The question would be, what if you see stuff going on in the background, right? Does it become a comedy at that point? Like, a burglar breaks in, gets attacked by the cat.
Have you ever heard the YouTube series where, it speaks for YouTube and people in general, I guess. Again, I'm not trying to judge, but it's hard not to. A YouTuber who literally, he has like hundreds, maybe even thousands of videos of himself sitting there. Literally. This is not a joke. I think he silently just sits there smiling at the camera for like hours at a time. And I bring it up because not only is that weird enough as it is, I mean, whatever, more power to him, I guess, if that's what people want to watch, and apparently a lot of people do. But in one of them, what I saw, like, I guess this is painted as real, and from what I could tell, it is. He's sitting there, you know, just looking at the camera, doing his thing as he normally does, and like a potential burglar just like opens the door behind him, kind of pops in, and it's like, oh shit, and then he quickly leaves. And I don't know the full story. I don't know if that was just like maybe it was a friend and he just realized that his buddy was filming and so he left. But what I read was that, yeah, like the guy was so devoted to his filming that he just stayed there continuing to look at the camera as a burglar jumped in for a second and then left.
I don't know anything about this. It does crack me up that like this is kind of the inevitability of YouTube, right? Is that there is somebody's going to try some weird Andy Warhol shit, but like,
yes,
I love the idea of a burglar walking in and there is just a guy silently staring, smiling from a seat like, I've been waiting for you.
Well, unfortunately, the guy was not looking in the direction of the burglar. That would have been really creepy. That would have been scarier for the burglar.
Like, no, I've been waiting for you. It starts unzipping. The fucking burglar is just running away from the house,
Yeah, I mean,
sprinting.
brave way of thwarting a robbery. Yeah, it's the strangest thing. I saw it, I think, on a list of, like really strange things on YouTube. And it was, yeah, that's a pretty weird one.
Yeah.
I mean, there are hundreds, I think, if not possibly thousands. That's probably an oversell. It probably is just in the hundreds, but way more than I would assume would be out there for anyone to want to watch.
The dedication must be admired, you know?
Speaking of that, there's one that apparently shows the guy peeing his pants because he doesn't want to get up. He's so committed that he just sits there continuing to smile, and I guess he wets his pants.
Okay, now that enters the degree, unless it's faked, that enters the degree of mental illness.
I mean, even if it's like a conscious thing that he's just willing to put up with for his quote art, there's still got to be some kind of mental unhinged, question there. I mean, there's still some kind of, even if it's art and you're willing to do that, there's still something wrong.
Like that. I mean, Jesus Christ! I mean, it's like the World of Warcraft raiders that have the shit bucket, right?
Shit bucket. Oh God, that's a real thing. That really happened.
Oh, that's the more that's the less disgusting term. I've also heard the term used poop socking.
Poop socking. Oh God.
Yeah.
If those terms and concepts exist, then that must be a real thing. I thought South Park was just making fun of the general concept. I didn't know that.
No, that's where they.
That's sad.
Like, I believe the story for that was Matt and Trey actually did get really into World of Warcraft for a minute, and they.
Oh yeah, I read that too. Yeah.
But they just they could not stand the fucking psychotic side of the raiding obsessed fan base, and that's the episode.
Oh, okay. I would buy that. I'd believe that. Yeah. That's at this point, I don't care who I'm mocking. That's if literally you can't get away from a video game or anything for that matter, to the extent that you have to shit into an object as opposed to pausing the activity and going to the bathroom, then you rethink your life. Honestly.
Well, at that level, it's kind of just like almost entering levels of like you may have to be institutionalized for your own safety.
I mean, like, if you're an air traffic controller and there's like an emergency and you have to shit your pants, which by the way, I don't think has probably ever even happened.
No.
Then
especially
maybe
if
that
you're
I
the
can
air
understand.
traffic controller, you probably have a couple people that you can trade off the job with, but like.
Yeah, I would assume that, if it's never happened to them, even, like, when there are actual, like, lives at stake, firefighters, whatever, like, oh, I can't put out this fire, so I'll just, whatever, shit my pants, whatever, it happens. But playing a video game, just, yeah, I'm kind of speechless. I don't really have any words.
And that's different from, like, CM Punk getting dropped on his head and shitting himself. That's just actual, like, fucking damage causing you to shit yourself.
Yeah, as opposed to willingly, choosing to prolong an activity, willing to shit yourself or piss yourself because you're just, I don't know. I don't know if it's committed. I don't know if it's focused. Like I don't know. I've never been in that situation. I can't understand the mindset.
Part of it has to be. I think it really has to be mental illness.
I mean, again,
like that, especially that in particular has to be addiction, right?
Oh God, yeah, it would have to be, wouldn't it? I mean, when
Yeah.
it comes to the point where it's impacting like the health of your lifestyle, I mean, that would summarize addiction, I would think.
And if it's addiction, that's real bad, because generally the solution to addiction is just to find a healthier addiction. But like, the issue there is not so much the addiction. It's not that that World of Warcraft so much is annihilating your life. If you replace it with workouts, but you're just bench pressing until you shit yourself, that's not really improving the situation that much.
That shows that you're too focused on your chosen activities. You would need to balance things out with a healthier
addictive personality.
Right.
I've got beloved family members with addictive personalities. One of them did get switch the addiction to bodybuilding. And, like, he's much happier for it, but he was never so addicted that he was shitting himself.
Yeah. I mean, again, really, I think at any point that you can't, or I guess really not can't, you choose not to stop what you're doing to the point that, you are allowing yourself to either shit on yourself or as you said, apparently put shit into a nearby object, whether it be a sock, I guess, whether it be just like a portable little, bowl, whatever. That's just that's your. At best, you're overcommitted. At worst, as you said, you're mentally ill. That should not be happening. There's no reason for that to be happening.
And of course, it now occurs to me there's also the Dumb and Dumber bit where the policeman actually.
Oh, the piss bottle.
Yeah.
That I've done before. That I've done before because sometimes you really need to piss bad and you don't know when you're going to have a rest stop and you just have to
traveling through a stretch of country where there ain't a rest stop.
Right. That can happen. It's rare, but there are occasions where you're like, it's literally not, I don't feel like stopping. I'm just going to piss my pants or piss in a bottle. It's literally, I need to piss badly and I just have nowhere else to go.
Well, you can look at a population distribution map of the U.S. and there are big stretches of the U.S. where there's fucking nobody,
Yeah, especially in the more Midwestern states, I would think there'd probably be miles upon miles. And in fact, I can't remember where, but yeah, somebody said that there's like a stretch of road in like I think Pennsylvania where it's like completely wooded over and it's like 3 or 4 miles long. And if you're like if you're on it and like your car breaks down, you're going to be in total darkness. So I mean, there are situations where. Right, yeah, that's in the Northeast, and it's only 3 or 4 miles, but that's an example of how just you can be traveling, you can be on a road, and there are just no, whatever, like typical amenities. In this case, I'm talking about like streetlights or whatever, or safety, whatever. But then, yeah, just imagine that you're driving somewhere on. Oh God, I'm trying to think. I've read about. I think it's I'm kind of rambling, but yeah.
In a 10-mile radius, there is one farmer. He is not going to put in a rest stop.
Right, something like that. Exactly. I mean, where are you going to go? I mean, let's say you're not even on the highway, but you get lost somewhere. And, I mean, if it's desolate, as you said, there's lots of farmland, just a farmer here and there. Where are you going to go? I mean, if not stopping and pissing off the side of the road, there's not really any alternative except for, pissing in a bottle.
Yep.
You got to find somewhere to go. That's why rest stops exist.
And speaking of all this pissing, I really need to piss right
now. Then you probably better. Otherwise, you'll be one of the people that we're talking about.
I'm mentally ill.